It's Monday night, which can only mean one thing. It's time for another episode of TigerTails Radio.
Go ahead.
Hello and welcome to TigerTails Radio. Yes, I am Hedgie, and at the moment I have taken control of this show. That's right. For the moment, you're stuck with me, so you're going to have to deal with all my monstrosities and yelling for a time while TK is indisposed. So, if you've ever been around season 1 where the only person here was me while TK was off doing his things, then you'll remember this. So anyway, yes, this is going to be the last show of July, and then we will be moving into August. That's right. We will finally be in the last month of summer, and we can finally start bracing for autumn when the temperature will hopefully go down. Because, oh my God, I'm someone that doesn't mind heat. However, there are certain times when too much heat is just, I like cooking steak. I just don't want the steak to be me. So basically, yes, I've had to be sort of economical with my clothing, if you will understand what exactly I'm doing. But yes. Anyway, so enough of that. But yes, of course, I am back here behind my bar because, of course, we've got the regular things for TigerTails Radio. We'll have review of the weeks. We're going to, of course, have Jackbox games and, of course, my usual cocktail making thing. And I've got a very interesting one this time because I've decided I'm going to go back to an era that is very similar to what we were today, which is the sort of Great Depression era and the Prohibition. If you're not sure what Prohibition was, that was the time in the United States when we went, what's a great idea? Stopping people from making alcohol. That's a great way to curb violence. Whereupon the mob went, fantastic. Now we can corner the market on alcohol. And they went, oh yeah, we created Al Capone. That's a real sort of serious problem. But yes,
there's going to be a lot of filling for a little while.
I was trying to disguise that, and here you go ripping the mask off. Do you mind? Hang on, let me just pull the mask back on. There we go. But yes, Prohibition was great. There's been loads of series about that. I think it was one of the most recent ones. It was like in 2012. It was called Empire, and basically it was like, oh, it's only on Sky One. At which point I went, oh, what the hell? I'll just pirate it later on. Then never did. I never got round to it.
I can feel TK's tears as he's listening to what's going on, but not able to do anything to stop it.
I know, it's fantastic. I've got free reign here. It's like the inmates have taken control of the asylum, however, under permission.
Yeah, so basically we are doing the episode. Unfortunately, TK has indeed had to have an important phone call.
Yeah.
Right as 8:30 started. Because
Indeed.
The person calling clearly did not know, I'm fairly sure they did, know that this is what time he does things. But
pretty much, exactly.
It's important, so he can't not do it.
But yes, we will be, this is the last show of July, and then we'll be into August. Months are just flying by now. We are halfway through 2026 already. Good grief. My God, as you get older, it's amazing how fast things go. When I get to like 60, I'm going to be like, oh, I've gone to sleep. I've woken up. What the heck happened? How many months have passed by? Good grief. It's absolutely mad. It's incredible. But anyway, there's plenty of us we're probably going to have to condense reviews of the weeks into sort of a review of the hour of a certain day that we're going to do. So we're going to have a very compact show. We may have to only have one Jackbox game. Oh, I know,
well,
yeah.
Here's the fun bit. The person with all the buttons is currently not anywhere near the buttons. So therefore, currently, the show is you.
Yes, the show is me.
Trying to say things in the background.
But anyway, that's basically what I'm doing anyway. But yeah, So let's do a bit of audience participation here, can you? Maybe the audience wants to come up with something they've done in their week. Think about something that was sort of maybe slightly, off the wall, or something you really want to brag about. Remember, you are part of this show just as much as we are. We would not be here without any listeners. So if there's something you want to go, sir, I'd like to say something, you go ahead and do that. That's what the chat's for. We want people to bounce. I need people to bounce off and stuff like that. I mean, Mr. Xavier is great and all, but I can't really get any banter off of him. He's basically kind of the buffer zone that I basically work with. If you imagine when you go bowling, he's those little cushions that are sort of on the side and everything. Kind of steers things. Doesn't really sort of provide you with anything, but just, pushes you back on the straight and narrow. So yeah, I'm the bowling ball. He's the buffers. Don't know who the Skittles are. We'll probably get to that around. But something's in the chat here. Oh, Jennifer Matt recently got a Switch too. Oh, did you have to beat a scalper for that, or did you actually get it in the shops? Because when I was hearing about what was happening, it was pretty much you could not get hold of a Switch 2 unless you kind of donated sort of blood and organs to basically exchange it on the streets. There was people hiding in alleyways going, Switch 2? Yeah, I got it here. And you're handing over sort of a bag of cash trying to get hold of one of those things. But yes, I've only got the original Switch, but I'm going to stick with that. Came with Pokopia. Ooh, that's an interesting one. I've not heard of that myself. Oh my God, I sound like a grandfather. Oh, I've not heard of that one. Is that a fun one? Is that like Space Invaders? Is it? Let's see. What have we got? Jennifer Matt's coming up with more information. Tell me what it is. I wish to know.
This is the show, guys.
This is the show right now. I think I'm doing pretty well. Minecraft mashed with Animal Crossing dressed as Pokemon. Oh my God.
Good that's the thing. That is a thing.
Great. I haven't played an actual Pokemon game since X and Y. That was the last time I actually played one of them, because that was when I had the 3DS, and I actually managed to complete X and Y. I actually managed to complete Y. Couldn't get hold of X because I think the legendary in X, everyone wanted that one. Y was kind of like so I had to deal with Y. But yeah, I actually got a level of Pokemon Master with that. Collected all the gym badges. I think I collected all the Pokemon and even got Mewtwo. I saved the Master Ball for that. I was like, Mewtwo, Master Ball, mine.
Dear.
I was like, and then of course there was the Mega Evolutions as well, which were all different in X and Y. Y had the kind of, I think it was the lower class of evolutions. The Charizard X looked amazing. The Charizard Y was like, yeah, it's okay. And the Mewtwo X looked fantastic. And I had the Mewtwo Y, which is like, oh, yeah, it's kind of all right. At least Lucario Mega Evolution was amazing. I had 2 Lucarios in my party. I was like, heck yes. I've got 2 giant Anubis fighters that are basically my 2 sort of generals. It was like, you 2, you're leading the pack. And they just pretty much beat anything. They were beefed up to the maximum. And then, of course, in the breeding section, I had a Ditto, and it was like, breed this. So, the fun thing, though, is getting Gengar. Because the only way to get Gengar is you have to actually trade a Haunter with someone, and then the Haunter evolves into Gengar. So you'd find someone with a Haunter and just go, here, I'll have your Haunter, you have my Haunter, we both get Gengar. Which is like, so you're like, how far do I level up the Haunter so that somebody wants it? But then I don't want to get screwed at getting a really low level one. So, you know, it's almost kind of like this weird sort of bartering system where you go, this is a really high level Haunter. I want Gengar, but I don't want your cheap ass low level Haunter, but I might have to wait ages to get another one. Fine,
Pokemon is a very weird game.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Although Gengar is freaking amazing. Gengar's like this, you giant ghost demon, attack. And it just stomps like crazy. Go. Yeah, my final party was Mewtwo, then 2 Lucarios, then Gengar, and then I think for backups I had Charizard and Kangaskhan. So I had 5 Pokemon that could Mega Evolve, and then Gengar, which is basically if I came across something that was really difficult to fight, it was like, Ghost Pokemon, go out because you're freaking powerful. Gengar was like, at which point, right, Generals, back out. So I had a massive system with that. I'm like, right, attacking everything. I mean, Pokemon is basically kind of like playing toy soldiers, but you've got the most overpowered sort of set of sort of fighters that you can use, especially with the Mega Evolutions. They were just, some of those were ridiculously overpowered. Kangaskhan's Mega Evolution. If you're not sure, Kangaskhan is a giant sort of armored kangaroo type character, and there's a baby in the pouch. And when you get the Mega Evolution, the baby jumps out and fights alongside the mother. It's like, oh my God, it becomes a double fighting Pokemon. It's like, heck yes, it's a normal type, but oh my God, is it powerful. Dear God, I was unstoppable in that. In Pokopia, you play as a Ditto, and you craft restore the land to bring Pokemon back as it's deserted. Oh, okay. I wonder if this has what's the word? Built upon Pokemon Legends Arceus. Because is it Arceus or am I saying a swear word? Arceus. But yeah, I've got that as well. I haven't completed that though. That is ridiculously hard to do. Kind of open world Pokemon, which is like kind of weird, kind of cool, but very strange. But I haven't got into any of the others though, because they kind of sort of, when they got to Sword and Shield, they started taking away some of the old ones because they had so many. And I think it's got up to like 700 now or something. There's like 700 Pokemon. Started with 150. Now there's ridiculous amounts that try to become a Pokemon master. Is, yeah, been playing it for a year now, about a quarter of the way through. It's like, oh my God. But yes, I mean, the Switch 2 is doing pretty well. The only downside is a lot of the games are kind of re-releases that have been kind of just upped for the Switch 2, which is okay, but is there anything original? Of course, it's Nintendo, so it just sells like hotcakes. I bought the Switch Lite, so I didn't have to plug it into a TV, and my main game at the moment is Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, which is basically just the updated version of Sonic does Mario Kart, except finally they've actually managed to get it working well, because they went, what if instead of just having a track, the second lap you go into a completely different track, which is really cool, because you go, damn, the main track I suck at, the crossworld track though I am really good at, therefore I can catch up and try and use that lead as a better way to get through, which is usually the way I win races. Is like, God damn it, this is hard. Aha! And the person in the lead gets to choose the track, which is a pretty cool thing, which is I enjoy doing. Yes, more games now. A lot of Switch 1 games get upgrades to Switch 2, either free or cheap, like £5 to £10 for the upgrade. Actually, that's not too bad. I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, because sometimes when you got like the PS3, 4, and 5, the remasters are just like, oh my God. I think when they remastered Shadow of the Colossus, they sold that as a full sort of complete re-release, so you had to buy it full price. But people went, it's worth it. It looks amazing. True, it did. I never played the original. I bought the re-release and went, this is my experience for the first time. It looks great. But yeah.
Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus is a very good game.
Oh,
so
God,
yeah,
yes,
so
it is.
I am pretty confident that TK is indeed now going to be completely delayed. So
yeah,
we have no jingles, we have no segments, we have one camera.
We do.
So we'll do a very quick introduction. Hello, my name is Xavier Wolf. This is TigerTails Radio. What you are looking at is Hedgie trying to take over the show. This is normal.
I got permission to take over. Excuse me, I got permission.
Yeah, this is normal. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a very scuffed show. And we're going to start with Hedgie talking about his week, which basically is what you've just been hearing for the past 10 minutes, only maybe on track for what our normal content is. So Hedgie, assume a jingle has occurred. How has your week been?
If I knew what the actual jingle was, I'd do it in my jingle, in my voice actor voice, my voice actor narration voice, but I don't know what it is. So anyway, but yes, I'm going to choose Saturday for my review of the week. It'd be a very quick one. So got up very late because I was up late Friday night going, oh my God, things, I love it. So I got up at about 12 o'clock, went, oh my God, it's 12:30 in the afternoon. Sat around for a bit and went, oh my God, it's very warm in my flat. I'm going to go outside. Yeah, kind of counterproductive, but here we are. So went out and said to TK, hey, are you around? I'm planning on going into town. He went, yeah, fine. We can meet up, do stuff. And I was like, cool. So we met into town, chatted for a bit. I hung out in one of the parks. He found me and went, why did you come to this park? It is miles away from the bus stop. And I went, So we got some food. I had a salad from Subway because I'm being healthy now. And then we went back to his place and recorded some Danganronpa. So yes, we got another 2 episodes of that down. At which point I came back and went, there's going to be another Danganronpa in the evening. And that one didn't materialize. So I was like, oh, that was disappointing. I was looking forward to that. However, I then got a message on Casting Call Club that went, hey, you know that awesome voice acting club you've been wanting to get into? Well, you got one of the roles, so now you're in that club. And I was like, yes, fantastic. I'm now in this awesome club on this awesome YouTube channel that has over 20,000 subscribers. I'm going to be famous. So, yeah. And that was a lot of fun. So, yeah, I got quite a good few things done on the Saturday. But, yes, it ended on quite a good high note, which I was very happy about. Now, of course, we're going to ask Mr. Xavier to do his week, but you're going to be looking at me, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, because we have no cameras to change. So,
Indeed,
so my week, I will refer to Friday because it's been a regular working week. It's not been too bad overall. Weather has been cooler, which is nice. And the Friday was a case of, finished work, head down to see everyone, chill out, have a nice weekend. So I got down, trains were going well, which was really nice. Got into Southampton, grabbed a little bit of nibbles because it was still quite warm. No roleplay, unfortunately. So just hung out with friends. Watched a random anime called Helk because Florian inflicts this stuff on us. I say Florian. This was someone else suggesting. I think it was Shiva suggesting, watch Helk. And it's like, what the hell are we watching? So we watched a bit of crazy anime. And then I headed back, arrived just in time to find TK and Hedgie arriving. And then we spent several hours talking about children's cartoons. And trying to remember all of the children's cartoons, which was a challenge. I will admit, it was very much a challenge. I have to say it was enjoyable. There were a lot of things that we had completely forgotten. And we did indeed have a very nice chat before Hedgie realised he had to go to sleep. So he disappeared off. Eventually I crashed, and that was my Friday. It was a really nice start to a holiday, because I'm on holiday currently. It's probably going to be a busy holiday, but I am indeed on holiday. And yeah, that's my pick for the week. So hopefully Hedgie can come back, because we now have a very big challenge. We have filled for about, half an hour, would you say?
Mm-hmm. I'd say about 20 minutes, because we didn't start the show till about 20:22. But 20 minutes. So we've done our review of the weeks, of course. We can't really do much else now. But
we can't do anything else because the person with the buttons is gone.
Yes. Indeed. So we're
And
kind
also,
of in a, yeah.
the person who can stop the show is gone.
Yes, he has. So we're kind of just in free fall mode now. That's basically what this is. We have no control right now. We are basically in free fall. So yeah, it's basically Apollo 13, but TigerTails Radio mode. Houston, we have a problem.
I mean,
That's what's going on right now.
I do have access to the TigerTails Radio studio, so I can go in and just stop things.
Oh.
So just in case. Just in case.
Just in case.
I just can't stop TK from being live.
Well, this is occasionally what happens. This is akin to where you get the news reporter and they go for, right, welcome to the 6 o'clock news. Our top story today is a man in Debenhams accidentally put on the wrong pair of trousers and came out looking like a schoolboy. Jonathan Taylor has this report, at which point they then look at the VT.
Yeah,
the floor manager goes,
choice.
At which point they go, oh, well, it seems we don't have Jonathan Taylor here, so we'll go to the next story. Floor manager's going, keep going, keep going. Well, the report was supposed to be about how he felt rather sort of self-conscious about wearing the wrong kind of trousers. However, it was not really a problem because one of the staff decided to help him out. Looks at the floor manager, keep going, keep going. Somebody is desperately pulling wires, trying to get everything going. At which point they go, and we finally got Jonathan Taylor on the line. They look at the camera desperately, at which point the guy is, and everybody in the community of sort of outtakes is rubbing their hands and going, this will be around for years.
Yeah.
Basically,
that's an old cut because they don't do outtakes and things for TV shows anymore. It's a shame.
Don't. Yeah. But mainly because they're all on YouTube now, so they don't need to do it anymore. But if you ever see
TV once on.
If you ever see the difference between how British news programs handle it and how the American news programs handle it, the British news programs, it kind of looks like there's two people in the studio. There's like one presenter and there's the floor manager. In American ones, there's always about 3 people sitting at the desk. Then there's somebody kind of like off to the side who's sort of, running the auto cue. Then there's 3 other people on the other side who are dealing with sort of like weather and time zones and all this kind of stuff. So there's always somebody to pull in, because if you got somebody on their own, there is no way they will be able to handle it. In an American news program, you stick one person in there and go. They would just be like a deer in the headlights going, it's like, read the news. It's like, there's nobody else here. Yes, do it. The only time that ever happens is if like sort of ridiculously early in the morning, where it's sort of maybe 5 a.m. with a graveyard shift, where the only people that are around are sort of people working in sort of 24-hour Walmarts at McDonald's, or people who are just getting up. And you know that if you had 3 people on TV, those people would be bleary-eyed and going, have I drunk too much? Why am I seeing 3 people? There's one person there, and they're just standing in front of a blank screen with a picture of a map. And they're going, good morning, it's 5 a.m. Chicago, the sun is coming up. Also, one of the people that lives there fell in some snow and said, my, isn't it cold today? It's also November. We don't normally expect the snow until December. And here we are. What the heck do we do? There's no floor manager. There's nobody there. They're just there on their own, and they're desperately trying to hold this together. And they're just glad nobody's watching this. because they know if they did, they would be immortalized. Like, how many viewers have we got? None. Thank God. Nobody sees this. But again, that's the beauty of live TV. You're desperately trying to fill until somebody can get there and pull you out of the mire that you have. Unless, of course, you're someone who thrives on that kind of thing, like the kind of people they get for basically TV telethons. You know, there's people that go, right, this is all live. It's 6 hours of live TV. Remember, there is a possibility of things going very, very wrong. You gotta fill for 2 hours. Then we give you a brief break so you can get some mental clarity. Yeah. What drink do you have for us this week, Hedge? Steady on.
Oh yes, we can do that. We can do that next because that's
we can't do that yet. I'm on a roll now. Leave me alone. I'm right.
You are not on a roll. You're on the floor.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. I'm rolling around on the floor. I'm having a great time. But yeah, that's basically how we're doing this now. Great. I was doing really well, and Xavier went, punched me in the gut and went, stop running. But yes. Anyway, so all right. In which case, I will do this week's cocktail then. Unfortunately, we don't have the jingle, so I've got to run and grab some stuff. So imagine the jingle's playing, and while I'm out of the picture, literally.
Oh, so the show that potentially could go ahead is not and is chaos. That's fine. Next week, potentially there may not be a show because I don't think TK's going to let either myself or Hedgie touch the buttons, but we'll see. I don't think TK is going to be coming back at this rate.
There we go. Woo! Yeah, you see, normally the jingle would have been there and I'd have rushed around without the worry of noise. But anyway, so this week's cocktail is called the Sazerac, named after the Sazerac Hotel where it was invented, and also the name of the rye whiskey that was used in the cocktail, which was basically named after the hotel. So the hotel was named after the whiskey was named after the hotel, and the cocktail was named after the whiskey. So it's kind of like a 3-tier step system. Now, normally you would make a cocktail in one of two things, a shaker or a mixing glass. The Sazerac is unique in that they decided that, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we just used 2 glasses to mix this thing? And somebody went, that's a great idea. We should do that. So I'm going to do it exactly as it was done historically. So yes, look at me following traditions, eh? So we're going to start with the basics, which is our sugar syrup. We want 10 mils of that, which is basically equivalent to 1 sugar cube. Because if you use sugar cubes these days in these kinds of things, you are making so much work for yourself, it is ridiculous. Because sugar cubes take time to dissolve, and they never dissolve fully, so you get these little crystals in there. That's basically why, if you want to become a cocktail barman, they'll give you a sugar cube and go, make an old-fashioned, and laugh as you try and crush the sugar cube in time. Yes, believe me, they do. They laugh at you. So, now we want some bitters. And normally we would use Angostura bitters, but we're using Peychaud's bitters this time, which kind of have a sort of an aniseed kind of flavor for them. And Shade says, do you make or buy your sugar syrup? I buy mine because, frankly, I'm lazy. So, a couple of shakes of Peychaud's bitters. Very nice. There we go. Okay. I'm going to give that a bit of a stir with the ice. Hopefully the ice hasn't locked to the... Yes, it has. It's freaking locked to the glass. Oh, well, never mind. That's what happens with crushed ice. Anyway. Now I want 2 ounces of whiskey. Of course, I'm going to use my Crown Royal Black for this. Don't have any rye at the moment, so I'm going to substitute it for this. Works incredibly well. This is a fantastic Canadian whiskey. There we go. That's going to loosen up the ice a bit. And hopefully I can start stirring this. And I think there we go. There we go. Excellent. Got some movement. Yes. There we go. Right. There we go. Okay, I'm going to chill this down. So this was the kind of one where they go, yes, this is a special cocktail. It's named after a hotel, and we use 2 glasses instead of a shaker or a mixing glass. Aren't we interesting? And people went, oh my word, how unique. We must try this. Now, I have stirred that. That should be nice and chilled now and diluted. Perfect. However, we're not done yet. I've had this glass in the fridge, so it's nice and chilled. We're now going to give this an absinthe rinse. Now, normally what you do is you take a bottle of absinthe, pour some in the bottom, rotate it round until it coats the glass, and then pour it out. So you don't actually want the absinthe to be sort of sitting in the glass. You just want it to create sort of an aroma. However, I've got mine in an aerosolizer. So I've got an aerosolized form of absinthe. So I'm going to do a couple of spritzes. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Aniseed. Absolutely gorgeous. Right. That's done that. Now, let's get my strainer, and we will strain from one glass to the other. Actually quite good, because this Hawthorne strainer fits perfectly on this mixing glass. There we go. There we are. Now, you might be thinking, that's not a lot of liquid for the glass, and you will be correct. The Sazerac is famous for having very little liquid in a massive glass. Reason being, because people went, wow, we can afford to drink in a place that doesn't serve very much. Look how rich we are. Because rich people are assholes. Now, finally, we want a little spritz of lemon. Normally, you would have a lemon and you would cut some peel off and then spritz it. But frankly, that ends up being a waste of lemon because you're never going to use that lemon in the whole thing. So I got lemon essence in my little spritz bottle. So 1, 2 spritzes of lemon. And in theory, I should now get an wonderful essence of lemon and aniseed from the absinthe. And here we go. Sazerac. That is fantastic. Beautiful bite from the whiskey. Peychaud's bitters gives it a lovely sort of warmth with that aniseed, and that sugar syrup just takes off the edge, so it's not too bitter. That is a treat for the taste buds and the olfactory senses. And that's the reason why you want a big glass. You want to make sure that you've got enough room in there to get the swirl of the absinthe fumes. You can even sort of swirl it around like that and really get in there. But that is a fantastic sipping cocktail. I'm just spilling it everywhere now. You can tell I'm not a rich person. Yes, and you would take your time over this one. You would sit there with a fat cigar in the bar. You would be smoking that cigar for 20 minutes and you would be nursing that for about 20 minutes. You wouldn't care if it got warm there because, frankly, you're half hooked on absinthe anyway. So there you go. But yeah, the Sazerac, named after the bar, which was named after the whiskey, which was named after the hotel. Go figure. But anyway, I'm going to enjoy this.
So whilst you're enjoying that, from the chat, we do have Jennifer Batgirl asking for a low sugar or sugar-free drink for those who are diabetic, seeing as a lot of, if not all, of your alcoholic drinks have been quite high on sugar so far.
Ooh, interesting. Well, in which case, something like that, you would probably need to use naturally sweet liqueurs that would do that would have their own sugar in them, or you'd use something which uses a lot less sugar and focuses more on these sort of bitter elements. It depends sort of how much of the sort of how much sugar you can actually have. For example, a daiquiri is only about, that is basically 3 ingredients, and that is rum, sugar, and lemon juice. And that's a very basic sour, which most of the sort of early style cocktails are. So it's
We're looking
more
for a low
about
sugar
sort of,
drink. Let me recommend a drink with sugar in it.
yeah. Well, when you say low sugar, it's kind of because the with cocktails, the point of the sugar is not to sweeten the drink; it's to temper the other flavors. So, for example, anything that's a sour will use citrus. Usually, it will be lemon or lime. And the problem is, if you don't have any sugar in there, that bitterness is going to be all you're going to taste. It's going to be so tart that it kind of almost won't be palatable. You want enough sugar to pull that down. The other one you could have is where you use a fruit juice that you could substitute a low sugar version. A good example would be the screwdriver. The screwdriver is a 2-to-1 mix of orange juice and vodka. It's a 2-ingredient cocktail. Now you could use a low sugar orange juice. You could use maybe a sugar-free squash if you really wanted to do something like that. Or you can go full spirit only cocktails. A good example is the martini. It is basically gin and vermouth. It is just 2 spirits. You mix that together and you've basically got 1 cocktail. So that's technically a no sugar cocktail. Other ones are the Negroni, which uses gin, red vermouth, which is sweet vermouth, which has natural sort of sugars in it. So there's no actual added sugar, if you will. And then Campari, which is a bitter. So the sweet vermouth tempers the Campari. So you've got the sweet and the bitter together. And then the gin provides you with the botanicals and the aromas and everything. So you've got those 2 liqueurs, which is Campari and sweet vermouth, and the alcohol in the center. So again, it's kind of where you actually want to go. So if it's absolutely no sugar whatsoever, then it's all spirit cocktails such as the martini. If you want a small amount of sugar, then you can use the Negroni. And if you just want something and you want to just substitute your own ingredients, then the screwdriver, but you use a low sugar or 0 sugar sort of orange drink. It won't be as luxurious as using it with true orange juice, which is a lot thicker. It's got a lot more of a syrupy consistency to it, and it's more body, if you will. Because if you think of a 2-to-1 mix, vodka is a very thin consistency because it's a spirit, and orange juice is definitely thicker. It does pour out with a bit more of that sort of viscosity. But then when you dilute it with 1 shot of vodka, you're then decreasing that by half. So if you imagine sort of just doing it with a cordial, it's still going to be liquid. It's not going to have as much bite. It will be sort of insipid. But if that's what you need to do, that's what you can do. And it's all about just customizing things to what you want. You could kind of, I suppose, you could go the sugar cube route, but instead of using a cube, you use something like Splendor or maybe saccharin, sweet and low, neutral sweet, anything like that. And so if you just remember that 10 milliliters of sugar syrup will equal 1 sugar cube. So if you work out 10 milliliters, 10 grams, that's basically what it is. So 1 sugar cube weighs about 10 grams. So 10 grams of kind of sugar substitute would work. The only difference being that it's not going to be as sweet and have the same kind of flavor as sugar. So the flavor profile is going to be a bit different. You might have to experiment and maybe tweak a few ingredients there, but that's the real sort of thing that you can do, is tasting something and then going, okay, what can I add? Again, this is why champion mixologists are so good at creating new recipes, because they can think, okay, what if I take this ingredient out of this existing cocktail, then substitute it for something and see how that affects it. A really good example of that is what's called the penicillin, which I made on another show. And there's a cocktail which is called Prospector's Gold, which uses bourbon. However, the penicillin replaces the bourbon with Scotch whiskey. Now, bourbon is a much stronger whiskey. It's got a lot more bite to it. It's a lot punchier. It's robust. It has more kind of bitter notes to it. Scotch whiskey is smoother. It's meant to be savored. So when you put it into a cocktail, you kind of sort of, you have to sort of deal with that change. And again, this is why mixologists can go, okay, so the whiskey isn't as strong. What can we change? So when it came to the penicillin, they added a honey and ginger syrup to sort of add that pep back in. And that ginger helped to add that kind of smokiness and spice to where the bourbon sort of provided that. So you're not really sort of changing things, more as adapting. But then, of course, you're giving people the choice of going, okay, well, I'm not a fan of bourbon. It's kind of a bit too strong for me. But I do like Scotch whiskey. And, ginger is pretty cool as well. So you get this kind of newfangled change on something, which gradually over time becomes its own entity. And that is the true essence of mixology, which is being able to take something existing and change it into something new, and without ruining the original sort of recipe. I mean, you could easily say, okay, I'll take the screwdriver, which is orange and vodka, and I'll swap the orange for apple juice. And it's like, well, all you've done is switch one thing out, and you haven't really sort of adapted anything. It would be different. It wouldn't taste the same. Apple juice doesn't have the strength to stand up to vodka. You'd have that kind of strong, sort of almost sort of acrid sort of flavor of bare vodka. You'd use a more expensive vodka, but frankly, if you're making screwdrivers, you're using cheap vodka because the orange basically hides it, and you just use that to get drunk. If you're using apple juice, it doesn't have the same strength as orange juice. Orange juice is a lot more acidic. It's got a lot more power into it. That acid really kicks through the vodka. Apple juice is not as acidic as it is. I mean, you could make your own using, say, Bramley apples, which is very acidic, and you could use that. But again, that's not the standard one that you buy. Normal apple juice that you would buy in a store is a combination of Braeburn, Granny Smith, and Golden Delicious. It's a combination of those three. Granny Smith is sour, Braeburn is sweet, and Golden Delicious has a kind of a sort of a
nice to see you.
Almost a gentle sort of flavor to it. And you mix those three together, and you get sort of bog
he
standard
started
apple
and he's
juice.
just never stopped.
Yeah.
I've got to get the feeling this was Welcome to the Hedgie Show this week.
Yeah, very much so.
But yeah, that is basically how mixology works. And that's what I've been doing for a while. I have come up with a couple of my own cocktails. I made one a couple of weeks ago called Spirited Away, which used a margarita base and then used Tabasco as well. But yes. And then, of course, I came up with one on Saturday, which I haven't fully completed yet, called the Tornado, which is a Tails-inspired cocktail. Somebody went, hey, could you make one inspired by Tails? And I went, ooh, okay. So, yeah, and I'm refining that as we speak. So, yeah.
Does everyone want to play some Jackbox now?
It's like...
Yes, people are going, please, Get him off the screen. We've been staring at him for 50 minutes, for the love of God.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, Shade says, can you create a cocktail based on the personality of each of the hosts? Oh, my word.
The answer to that question is yes, and watch this space.
Yes, I could do that.
Future project.
Teeks, I still have not been able to find clam juice, so I may have to put the Bloody Mary recipe on the back burner and then work on the other challenge, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right. So my next challenge is create a drink based on the personality of the hosts. Okay. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. The only downside is I'm going to reveal what each personality is, at which point I'm either going to get kicked off the show, laughed at, or killed. So,
or a little column A, a little column B, and a little column C.
Yeah, either one, or yeah. So
it's just the answer is just yes. Let's be honest. The answer to that is just yes.
Next week's show,
there won't be a show next week.
Sorry,
I said there won't be a show next week.
Oh, okay. So that gives me time to work anyway.
Yes, yeah. So I'm going to make the announcement now. Yeah, no show next week because that's the father funeral day. So unless you want to have another Hedgie monologue show, then
no.
Hey, Xavier, put a poll in the chat. Put a poll in the chat right now. Do you want the solo Hedgie show? Put it in right now. Do it.
His microphone's dying again. It's hilarious. Right. On that note, while that doesn't happen, I am going to press the buttons because I can do that now I'm here. And we shall pop on over to a jingle for some Jackbox game, if anybody's actually still listening to actually play Jackbox with us tonight.
Reach the audience participation portion of the show. It's game time.
And
game time.
Yeah, game time. I was just adjusting the volume level because it was really bloody loud in my ears.
Yeah, it's strange that the person who wasn't around to check the levels not being able to adjust them.
Join us.
Hedgie managed to last just before the game before I knew.
Yep.
Jennifer Bat stole the VIP, but it doesn't really matter because it doesn't do anything.
Not on this one. It did on other versions. It's like, why can't we still start the game? Because somebody else is the VIP. That's terrible functionality.
There's room for more.
There is a vote in the chat.
So we've got Jennifer Batch, who's a pinched VIP. We've got me, we've got Shades, we've got Xavier, we have Snow's Destiny. We don't have Hedgie yet, probably because he's too busy voting on the Discord poll. He wants the Hedgie show.
Join us.
He is trying for the Hedgie show.
I just want to give the people what they want.
There are comments I could make.
Go on, make them. I dare you. Make them.
Yeah, we're past the watershed now, it's safe.
Yeah, go on. Go on, make them.
It's not watershed comments. Although, to be fair, I am pretty confident that there is a proportion of the audience who would rather watch Hedgie get pied.
Join us.
And there's a larger proportion of the audience who apparently want to watch me get pied. But hey.
Well, there's just a portion of the audience who just wants to see pieing full stop, really. So we should give the people what they want. And at the moment, people want Jackbox. So
Jackbox.
Psst, join the party.
I would just love to see Hedgie do the Hedgie show just to see if we can work out how to do it.
Broadcast remotely from TK's studio, which is mostly hardware.
Give me your keys and write out some instructions.
Join us.
No, because I'm not letting you loose on my computer. You will see things you would not want to see.
Dude, have you met me?
Yes, that's how I know you won't want to see them.
Join us.
On that note,
God damn it!
I think everyone is
made
in.
a better joke than I did.
I'm gonna start the game.
Yay!
Meow. Do not be startled. I am here to guide you as we explore the deepest recesses of your mind. You will build strange and complex worlds using only your imagination and your thumbs. A hypothetical situation missing one key part will be transmitted to your device, like this one. Ads before online videos have been banished. In their place are 15-second videos of this. They are not skippable. Is life better? There are infinite possibilities you could write in to complete this scenario. Choose wisely though, because everybody else will then answer yes or no. And you will earn more points if you split the room. Fitting name, huh? For those of you in the audience, you'll be competing as one player. Your answers will be determined by a majority vote. Yes, even in a nebulous void, democracy is important. At the end of the game, the person who creates the most divisive dimensions will win. Got it? Good. Now let's begin. At the crossroads of realities, there are no standards. It's like women's clothing sizes, but for the mind. It's time to split the room. Complete the scenario that was sent to your device.
And now the typing begins.
Yes.
Oh wow, this prompt. This prompt. Now the real question is, will this prompt be with the other person who I think it fits better?
Well, everyone's in, so...
Yes.
Feast your eyes on testing your patience.
Chapter 1 of 6.
It's the night of your final business school online exam. Your internet goes out, and, believe it or not, the only place you can go for Wi-Fi is here. If you miss the test, you automatically go down one letter grade. Do you go there?
So, it's the night of your final business school online exam. The internet goes down, and the only place you can get Wi-Fi is Ann Summers' lingerie shop. If you miss the test, you automatically go down one letter grade. Do you go to Ann Summers to steal the Wi-Fi?
Excuse me, sir. You have to buy something if you want to use the Wi-Fi here. Do I have to wear it? Yeah.
The longer it takes the room to answer, the more bonus points you get.
It's like, I'm not going to be embarrassed, and if they ask me to buy something, it's a case
Brace
of, that's
yourself
cool,
for
just do it after the exam.
Laughter that needs medicine.
It's cool. They sell dildos. I'm fine.
After a mysterious illness, you discover that when you laugh, it sounds like this. It is extremely loud and cannot be stifled when you find something amusing. Do you get tickets to see your favorite comedian live?
Reggie, why don't you deal with this one?
After a mysterious illness, you discover that when you laugh, it sounds like an air horn. It is extremely loud and cannot be stifled when you find something amusing. Do you get tickets to see your favorite comedian live? Ooh. Well, as far as I know, Jerry Seinfeld no longer performs, so I think I'm free of this.
So you'd get tickets to go and see him live?
Yeah.
And a little bit of a split.
A small
Wonderful split. Well done, Snows Destiny. First person to get a split in the game so far.
Out of the two.
And now, Binge Pipe presents Beats by Doolittle.
Ooh.
A new pair of headphones allows you to understand animals. On a walk in the woods, you overhear a rabbit calling you this. Do you kick it?
So Xavier, why don't you read this one off?
A new pair of headphones allows you to understand, not communicate back, animals. So, bad talk with animals spell. On a walk in the woods, you overhear a rabbit calling you a cunt. Do you kick it?
Question. Is the rabbit voiced by Eddie Murphy? If so,
Oh, if that would change my answer.
Yeah. If it's voiced by Eddie Murphy, then no, I go, that's hilarious.
It's entirely dependent on what option you downloaded.
Xavier, wait for you to answer still.
It's Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, or Chris Tucker. Which one is the best voice?
Do we? Yes, we do.
Myself and Hedgie don't, because we don't use animals.
But also, if it's voiced by Eddie Murphy or Chris Tucker,
Here's
that's
one I
hilarious.
like to call
If it's voiced by Eddie Murphy,
hidden
I'm changing the
lyrics.
answer.
You are a struggling musician who finally records a major hit. However, a group of parents are mad that when you play your song backwards, it says this. This was not your intention. Do you change the song?
So, you're a struggling musician who finally records a major hit. However, parents are mad that when you play the song backwards, it says, "Hey kids, it's Naked Hedgiesaurus time." This was not your intention. Do you change the song? Nope, no one changes it.
I say again.
No splits.
Nice to know
It's
who's
time
winning
for
so far.
the oversold seat.
I know.
Your cross-country flight has been oversold. Surprisingly, a flight attendant offers this as compensation to the first person who gives up their seat. You're on your way to your cousin's wedding. Do you give up your seat?
Hedge, tackle this one for us.
Your cross-country flight has been oversold. Surprisingly, a flight attendant offers a four-wheel drive pickup truck as compensation to the first person who gives up their seat. You're on your way to your cousin's wedding. Do you give up your seat?
I'd like to point out that if this is an American who's answered this, you have basically got pick the car every time.
It's a split.
Yes.
Do I drive across multiple states? Of course I do. I commute
And
that
now?
way.
It's a living.
Congratulations on spending $2,000
Another Great Depression
on
is upon
fuel.
us. Luckily, you have a job. But this person is your boss. They enact a work policy stating all employees must do this. No exceptions. Do you follow the rules?
Xavier, why don't you tackle this one?
No. Okay, another Great Depression is upon us, and another one very suddenly soon. Luckily, you have a job, but Hedgie VA is your boss.
Hello.
They enact a work policy stating all employees, male and female, must wear nothing but skimpy swimwear. No exceptions. And if it's in England, we have winter. Do you follow the rules?
I'd like to assume they'd have heating during the winter and air conditioning during the summer.
We're also
I would
working
like
at,
to assume
we're
those
also,
things in
we're also
England as
working
well.
at Moss Bros.
More of a split than I was expecting, to be fair.
Yes.
Hi there, welcome to Moss Bros. What would you like to wear?
Aircon.
Here's where things stand at the moment.
Oh, Shade's in the lead.
By 5 points.
We've reached the decisive dimension. Everybody will be presented with a new type of scenario. There will be two options to choose from. Door number 1 is already provided. You will decide what's behind door number 2. Remember, you want to make it as hard of a choice as possible. Oh, and if you correctly predict a certain player's decision, you'll earn some bonus points. Let's begin. Write an option that you think only some people would choose.
Oh wow, I put in joke answer and I get the best person who's going to be answering this. I know what he's going to answer as well. It's great. Now.
Complete the scenario on your device. Everyone has achieved this.
You are stumbling through the brush late at night and you hear rustling. Fearfully, you aim your rifle and shoot. In the dawning light, you find you've either shot a beautiful bald eagle or this. Whose blood would you prefer on your hands?
So, who have we shot? Have we shot the bald eagle? Or have we shot TK Tiger?
Oh. Do I want to not do TigerTails Radio anymore?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
TK's blood on your hands.
I've certainly had one of his bodily fluids on my hands.
Never speak of this again. We must all take this to our graves.
TK would like to shoot himself.
Someone's a mind reader.
So, do we shoot the bald eagle, or Tom Cruise?
Bald ego.
It's Tom Cruise. Oh, I'm Mr. Contrarian today. I'd shoot the eagle. That way we can still make Tom Cruise jokes.
This is interesting.
Oh my god!
Have people changed their minds
you,
since
TK.
last?
I know. That's what Is this revenge for the Hedgie
No
show?
dice.
Apparently so.
It's like,
Now
don't
for
leave him alone
something
again!
You used to be a big movie star, but now you're washed up, Streep. You have two options to get your career back. You could do a sitcom with a talking emu,
Well, the
or
poll
a show
says
about
currently
this.
that I'm winning.
Which project do you pursue?
So, do you do a sitcom with a talking emu, or do you do a show about Hedgie's past lives?
Wow. Who on earth could I have had as a past life?
I don't know. Do we release the audio files of our
I'd like to find out who I used to be. That would be great.
So, do we do a show about talking emu, or a show about celebrities?
I love like talking emu. We're kind of like, we're from England. We've already had that.
Yeah. It was called the Pink Windmill. Okay, he didn't
Yeah.
talk, but...
Well
Yeah.
played.
Close enough.
So, talking emu, or knockoff goods from Temu?
Oh. So let's
Comedy
see.
gold.
Talking emu or YouTube?
You can be a YouTuber.
Yes, join us.
It all comes down to this.
Okay. The towers go.
Oh.
Ooh, shades.
And, yep, Shades gets the kitty licks.
Shades wins.
And Jennifer Back got most
Shades
likes.
gets.
Oh.
And Snow's Destiny got most dislikes. Well done, everyone.
Yes, well
That
done.
was silly.
That was silly. I do
Very
enjoy
good.
a little bit of split the room,
Yes.
which will pretty much take us
Okay.
into...
10-2.
Yeah. Right, let's jingle all the way home,
Jingle all the way home.
as they say.
Should we have stopped? Probably. Will we stop? Nope. You're listening to TigerTails Radio, beating that dead horse since 2004.
Bastard! You are an evil, evil man, TK.
What's that?
Did you pick that specific jingle for any reason?
No, it was just the first one the mouse came over.
Yes, really? Okay.
You act like you've never heard that jingle
I didn't
before.
hear it, so I'm not in on the joke.
Honestly don't pay attention to the jingles, but all I heard was the word, should we have stopped? probably. It's like, oh, no. Don't make the show call us out.
That's my job.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Mr.
You
Xavier.
can see me.
Yes, there are other people on this
Look,
show.
naturally red, as Shade's commented to me.
Oh, yes.
Oh, good times. I have a light here, by the way.
Congratulations.
So I can
yes.
adjust.
Different
slightly.
colour temperatures.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, I also have like standard soft lighting, which I've diffused slightly. This is not a great studio.
Is that a wolf
And I
plushie
do
in the
not have
background?
TK's disco. A wolf plushie.
Yeah.
You remember the... Yeah, that is a wolf plushie. I thought that was the one that you gave me, but no, yeah.
That is.
That's my wolf plushie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
Where is
Strangely enough, a person who likes wolves, yes,
that? Yeah, I know.
has
Weird,
a
that.
studio somewhere. Yeah,
Sorry.
you should have studio somewhere.
There we go.
Fine.
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't find my icon in the thing. Where is Studio? He is. Can we see
Not
him?
there.
He's just off camera.
No.
Typical.
Ah.
Can I
That's fine.
adjust slightly? The answer
No.
to that question is no.
No.
There he is, just in the corner of the
No.
frame behind.
Hey.
You, bing, bing. There he is. There is Studio.
Yay.
Yeah, we won't show the piles of mess and things just hidden off the edge of the camera there. Eee.
This has been a silly show. I will admit it has been a silly show.
It's been very much as I'd imagine, because I was organising stuff, but I imagine it's been a very kind of season 1-esque show where lots of talking.
Yes,
and,
it has. Indeed, it has.
and the camera
And
just.
so far, the Do You Want the Hedgie show on August 3rd is winning 3 votes to 2 for yes.
Well, how Hedgie is going to do that, I don't know, but
Nor do I, so that'll be entertaining.
yes.
So.
All he
You
has to
could
do,
potentially give Mad
all
Men
he has
access.
to do is set it up to automatically go live at 10, and basically I'll be there.
At 10? Late show.
Sorry,
Ooh,
8.
wow, very late.
8:30.
Yeah.
That's all he has to do. He has to set it to just go live at 8:30 and have everything running.
Alas, it's not quite that easy. You have to actually broadcast to YouTube.
Ah.
So. Well, we could see if we could make something happen for you.
Oh, now it's a 50-50. Somebody's removed their vote.
I said, actually, in retrospect, no.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, I don't want this anymore.
That means somebody has got to make a decision, because if it's 50-50, it's a tie. That means somebody's got to sort of break the tie. Because if it's a tie, now it's 3 votes to no. Well, you can't see me on the screen right now, but I've got my hands on my hips in a very defiant pose.
We can.
I think they'll find they can see you.
There we are. Let me leer into the camera like this.
Dear me.
Hmm?
Oh, thank you
Fine.
everyone for joining us and putting up for whatever this has been. Real life has been interfering
Oh,
a
yes, it
lot
has.
this year with TigerTails related shenanigans. So the fact that we've been able to do anything for you lovely people is great. But as TK has mentioned, no show next week. If anything does occur, keep an eye on the channels.
Maybe
We'll
I'll do
post.
my own YouTube channel and just hijack the stream.
Possibly.
If you're really,
But
I can
we'll-
do it
we'll
on my own
post.
YouTube channel.
I can say, if you're really desperate to go live next week, Hedge, I will find a way to make it happen for you. But you will have to be in control of it all.
Yes.
I'll just use my own YouTube channel and go. I'm hijacking it.
Well, you can,
Anybody could just go on that. So.
yeah, you can put a link to your Double Hedge Studios. I
I'll
think
just do it live on Double A Studios.
I think it is linked through the TigerTails Radio YouTube
Yeah.
page. So if you're on the TigerTails
Yeah,
Radio
it is,
YouTube
yeah.
page, you should be able to find the link to Double Hedge Studios quite easily. And you can
Yeah.
always stick it in Discord.
Yeah, I could do. Yeah.
In fact, you could probably broadcast in Discord if I was to make it a community server. You could actually broadcast a show in Discord. I know, right?
Yeah. How long that's going to last as an option for
running
Discord, I don't know.
Running a community
Of
server
course,
involves a lot more
though,
hard work and
so
effort.
far, 3 people have voted no to 2, so it might not happen.
That's not what I'm looking at.
For now. But anyway, TK, we've come back to you because I feel you're going to be signing us off.
Yeah, well, it's in about 5 minutes' time, but yeah, I'll jump around a bit. Because, they started a little bit late. I started a bit later. Because, shenanigans.
Yes.
Shenanigans.
I missed everyone's
Life
week.
events.
Yes, life events, or lack of life events, I think, is more the situation.
Wow, it's called to 4 votes for no, so clearly I won't be doing anything. Oh, well.
You can do it on your own channel. That's absolutely fine, Hedge. Basically, the only reason I voted no is because I voted because I'd have to be the one doing all the technical things beforehand, and quite frankly,
now
that's effort.
I've got to research how to do a stream on YouTube.
So it says, how was your week, TK? Overall, not too bad. I don't really have anything to do because it's mostly been funeral prep and playing Minecraft to take my mind off the funeral prep and avoiding doing all of my chores because procrastination. But I've now been catching up on my chores. So Xavier popped down over the weekend, which was very nice. And then we did a stream on Sunday, which you can go and watch. There's a link to it in the TigerTails Gaming Discord. So go and watch Xavier play some Spyro the Dragon, the original. We've very nearly beaten it. When I say we, Xavier's very nearly finished the game.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll finish it. Otherwise it's going to be a stream of me doing the same boss run over and over and over.
Xavier's at the final boss. Xavier has got 11 lives left, I think.
Ooh.
It's going to be an interesting stream.
Yeah, what runs out first? My patience or my lives? Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. There's the face of someone who knows what they're going to have to do in a fortnight's time and is not looking forward to it.
God.
Yep.
Go away.
Go away. It's fine. We're back on Hedgie. D&D was
excuse
fun.
me.
Yes, D&D was indeed fun. I enjoyed D&D. And didn't Hedgie miss
It's
D&D this week?
Shade's fault.
Yes. Yes, Hedge, you missed it.
Because I had frickin' heat stroke, and apparently it was the best one yet, and I bloody missed it.
Yeah, there was shenanigans. Have we talked about D&D yet?
No. We can do. We've still got time.
Yeah, let's do a bit of talking about D&D. Let's fill Hedgie in on what Hedgie missed.
Okay.
So Wednesday, Shades goes, okay, I've had to adjust things a little bit last minute. And we were like, no worries, it's fine. We're doing a dungeon crawl. Okay, yeah, no worries, it's fine. So we all trek back to the mansion.
Because we're investigating the mansion.
Had blown up, and we were told in order to find out really why everything had blown up, which I'm fairly sure the answer is because Adventures Incorporated hire crazy people, but to find out what really happened, we have to go into the basement dungeon place. So we walk in through the cellar to what at first glance appears to be a Minecraft trial room. Straight away, because there was a nice little pool of water, a set of steps that led down in that fun way where it's like down and then down. It's like a door that led to a little storage room that thankfully one person who normally doesn't roll very well rolled really well, so we didn't blow up in a blazing inferno.
Ooh.
Which makes a pleasant change.
So we realise, there's a secret door. So we head back out, and it's like, aha, there's a secret door. To which everyone was like, how do we open a secret door? And I go to Journey, here's a crowbar. You have fun.
Journey had fun with the crowbar.
Oh.
So we break in through a wall and we start exploring. The first wonderful challenge being, oh my god, it's a 10-foot hole. Shades, being an experienced DM and D&D'er, they can jump it. It's only a 10-foot hole.
It's 10 foot wide. It's 20 foot deep.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So long as their strength is good enough, they can jump that distance. Ignoring that I'm like at -1 for all strength checks. It's fine.
Yeah, but what's your base strength? What's your actual score?
8.
So you can jump an 8-foot hole? And sadly,
Yes,
it
that's
was
2 foot short.
2 foot short. Oh, what a shame.
So, but that's irrelevant because apparently there were a couple of scarecrows hanging up,
Well,
which I should have set on fire the moment I saw them, but instead I did not.
hindsight's 2020.
So they after we decided to try and swing across the hole because grapples and ropes are a thing.
Yep.
The scarecrows come alive,
Ah.
grapple me because clearly I'm the most dangerous threat, drag me into the hole.
Well, you're the one that can cast fire, so yes, you are the most dangerous threat.
Well, the best bit is, eventually, through shenaniganry, both the scarecrows fall into the hole.
Yeah.
I get out of the hole and start going up to the hole, going pew pew, and then backing away.
So they can't shoot back.
Yeah, because fuck line of sight.
It's because you're 20 foot down, therefore I'm not in range for you to retaliate against me. I can back away from this. Ha!
It was very silly. So we do eventually destroy both the scarecrows. We were trying to figure out how to get across the hole until Shades does indeed remind us it's a 10-foot jump. So long as your strength's like a certain amount, you can do it. So glad I didn't have to. So we then go into the next room. This dungeon is fun. We go from whole scarecrows to what appears to be a family crypt that has been raided, with the parents' coffins being destroyed.
Well, there were 3
The
adult-sized
child's
coffins
coffin.
and 1 child coffin, and the child coffin had been left alone.
Left alone. A really sad diorama, clearly designed to make you go, "Oh, my heartstrings." So I thought, well, we're going to move through this room. There's probably not a lot to do, and we're not going to raid a child's coffin, are we? So I went, I'll put a couple of coins on the coffin and say a prayer to my patron to potentially allow us to give vengeance for whoever destroyed these adults' coffin, and let the child meet their parents in the afterlife. So Shades went, shit, that's a really nice thing you just did. And I went, yes. And he went, okay, have a mimic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Shade told me afterwards that that coffin had always been a mimic, and he wasn't expecting you to do what you did. And then when you did, he was like, "Oh, that's a shame," because now you're going to get mimicked.
So I got mimicked. So yet again, I got knocked out completely. Nearly died due to burning damage, which is a surprise for me. But we do destroy the mimic. And immediately we're going to be having a short rest because us warlocks like to go, hey, we've gone 5 foot, we're having a short rest.
Meanwhile, Rep, the other member of our party, is currently puking his guts up and probably crapping through the eye of a needle.
Yes, which is very odd because we don't know what that could be.
No. And it was kind of the cliffhanger to end the session with. So there are theories abound, whether or not it was the water in the previous room or what have you. But, yeah, we shall see.
Something's happened, but don't worry, Hedge. You're going to magically appear with us in the dungeon because you were always there. Guaranteed. It's fine.
Cough.
Cough, cough.
Whereas if you're not going to be there again, then let Shades know well in advance so he can rejig the experience things so that we don't get curb stomped.
Yes.
By a mimic. Because Shades does not anticipate that TK can't hit for shit.
I think Shades can well appreciate that. I actually hit things this week. It was actually quite good. It's like, oh, look, I've rolled a double figure. I've rolled another one.
Well done.
It's like,
I just wish things would stop hitting me.
That number is bigger than 5. How the hell did that appear? So yeah, that was
that was D&D. It was a fun session. So I'm looking forward to the next one. So move back to yourself, TK. Get on the camera. Show the people you exist.
I'm here. Right, back to Edgy. Well, I haven't heard over the show, so yes, but we probably should wrap this up now because it is the top of the hour.
Yes.
It is time to say good nights and things. I feel fresh as a daisy. I've no idea why. So we shall I shall prep things for the goodbyes. That's what I will do because that's a smart plan. And we shall say our fare thee wells. So, as we mentioned, no show next week because laying father to rest, and therefore we'll not be doing a show afterwards. So join us in a fortnight's time for what the number is this episode this week? Is it episode 9?
10. It's 9 currently, so it'll be 10 next week.
So
next
it'll be episode 10 in a fortnight's time, so come join us for that. If Hedgie does decide to do a streamy thing, then he'll put a link in Discord, I'm sure, and he won't forget, honest. And other than that, we will return soon. So it is a farewell from Mr. Xavier.
Bye-bye, all.
It is a goodbye from Mr. Hedgington.
Good night, everybody.
And it is a good night for myself, TK Tiger. Thank you very much for watching and or listening to this episode of TigerTails Radio. And join us in a fortnight for the next one. But until then, it's bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.